Welcome to Conscious Coupling, where Frederic Gobeil and Christy Whitman share their experiences of creating a conscious, connected relationship. Every week, they give practical tools, steps, and processes to help you find the loving connection with your partner. Let's get into today's conversation with Frederic and Christy.
Hey there, how are you?
Hello.
I'm Christy Whitman.
Welcome to our show. I'm Frederic.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
This is
What's
Christy.
up? So, this is me. Do you guys have kids?
No.
And if you don't, then turn off the episode right away. No, I'm kidding. This is an episode we're going to talk about because obviously when you have a conscious, connected couple and you have kids that are also in part of that relationship, how do you stay conscious and connected when the kiddos have their own agendas, when they come to the family with their own energy, with their own contrast, with their own dramas? So we wanted to talk about some of the things that we do, and one of the things that we're going to talk about is bullies. Like when you have a situation with a bully and your kids might have that sort of drama, what do we do?
And another aspect that we're going to talk about is how to not get caught up in those roles of being a parent. Because again, before you're a parent, I'm Frederic. I'm myself. Christy is Christy. Thank you. And so we are a couple, right? To two individuals inside the couple. So we have to be careful not to be too wrapped up into our roles of parents.
Yeah, so we have to parent as a verb and obviously care for our children. But I was having a conversation with my girlfriend, who's an amazing mom, and she was saying that she was having a conversation with a friend of hers, and her friend said that, you know, as a parent, you're only as happy as your saddest kid. And I thought, well, that's horrible. Because what that's doing is that's putting all of your feelings and all of your everything, really. You're assigning your feelings outside on what's happening with your kid. So what if you have two kids and one is always in drama and the other one's calm and cool and collected? Does it mean that, like for Alex in our family, he's more the theatrical one, he's more of the, you know, screams when he gets hurt and you know, has his little dramas that he has? Does that mean that I have to match his mood and I can only be as happy as he is, or as sad as he is, or get caught up in his drama? Used to, but we don't do that anymore, because I realize that I get to keep my own feelings, and that my kids, they're not really our kids when you think about it. They are the divine's kids. They are a gift that we get to have, that we get to create, that, you know, each soul that comes to the planet needs a vehicle, right? And so it takes the sperm and the egg and creates the baby in the uterus, and then the baby comes out, and then we're the ones that, you know, feed the child and take care of the child. Yes, I'll teach you later. I'll talk to you about it later. The one-on-one of sex and all that. We got two kids.
Really?
Yeah, it happens. You have sex, which is really awesome.
Wow.
And that's how we created those two little
We
cutie
should do
pies.
an episode about that.
Let's talk about sex. Okay, now I'm all flustered thinking of sex and how we created those boys.
Talking about energy, actually, you know what? The energy of a child is very. I'm finding out it's very similar as to the energy of a puppy, right? When you have a dog. So we are learning actually how to deal with our new puppy, and it's so true. If we come up with an energy where we match the energy of the puppy, all of a sudden the puppy will continue piddling, or will continue to bite us, or, you know, do things or nip at us and do things that we really don't want him to do. And it's very similar to children, right? When our child has, you know, a very high theatrical energy, for example, we just have to make sure that we don't meet him at that level.
Like, oh my God, you're kidding me, because then we
Right.
play into his theatrics, right? And the more reaction that we give him, he then feeds into that, and it becomes this really, exactly. So that's a really good point.
We have to kind of keep the energy a little low and have him kind of reassure him and just, yes, all is good, Alex. Everything is going to be fine. You know, you're not hurt. All is good. You might have been surprised, so that his energy can match us. power.
So
and
he could
energy.
also feel the security of us. If we
Right.
as parents go into the, oh my God, now the kid doesn't feel as secure. But if he comes to a parent, the kids, what they want is they want love and they want structure. They want to know that they're safe. And by us as parents staying solid in ourselves and not getting reactive and not getting caught up in the drama, and they see that we're solid, they're going to trust that and they're going to feel more safe. And we're not, like Frederic said, we're not matching that theatrics. And it's important to understand that. But really is that you don't get as sad as your saddest kid. It's like assigning, it's like saying, well, once I accomplish this thing, then I'm going to be happy. Right? Once my kids are healthy and happy and they're on their own, then I'm going to be happy, right? You get to choose to be happy and joyful in any moment that you have. That is our birthright. And so we have kids. We had such a situation that happened this week where our kids are at a summer day camp and it's a sports camp. And Maxim very calmly came in the house and he goes, hey, Mom, I have a story to tell you. And really calm about it, just kind of like nonchalant. And he starts telling me that he got this kid who was like 3 times bigger than him, pushed him down on the ground and basically jumped, which we now know he fell on his face.
He said he jumped on his face.
He sat on my face. We're like,
Sat on my
wait,
face.
what? And so he hears this as he's coming in the house. No, they're literally walking in the door. And so Frederic's like, why didn't you tell me this when we were there? Because nobody informed him, and so Alex said, but I took care of it. I'm like, what do you mean? So the kid pushes Maxim to the ground, jumps on him, or actually falls on him. And Maxim couldn't do anything to defend himself and get up. And so Alex, his big brother, literally picked the kid off of him, which is also like two sizes bigger than Alex, picks the kid off of him and took care of it, and he protected his brother. So there was this like constant talking about this situation that entire night, and I was like, okay, let's just figure it out. What are we gonna do? Do we have to call the kids? I'll text the guy from the camp to make sure he's aware of this, because that kid's parents need a warning, because that can't happen. That kid can't go around bullying kids. We're wanting our kids to be in a safe place. And so I did what I needed to do as a parent to calmly take care of the situation so that this doesn't happen again. Frederic and the boys kept talking about it, and they were getting caught in the drama, and I could see he wasn't with me that evening. We even went on a walk. And he's like, well, let me call Tom. I want to find out what he knows. And, and it was like he got caught up in the drama.
So just to say that we're not always, in our right mind, in our head, always kind of trying to verify, okay, I'm not in the right state of emotional state right now. Maybe I should back down. And sometimes it does happen. Like that story,
we're human.
I wasn't in the right state of mind. I got caught up in it. I was like, why is my boy being hurt? Why can't he defend himself? He's got karate. He knows karate. He's had karate lessons. And I was asking Maxim, how come you couldn't escape from his hold and basically stop him from pushing you around? And so it got to me. For me, it was very personal. There is a personal button that was pushed also inside of me that I realized coming from my childhood, and so I felt that, and I was in it. I was in it. I wasn't able to console Max or even tell him everything's going to be fine. Only after I was able to kind of regain and come back to my adult space. Probably more towards the end of the night and towards in the morning, when I decided, all right, I needed to go speak to the counselors, the head counselors, to make sure that the situation was being handled the right way and in a way that we were going to be pleased with as well.
Yeah, but the point I'm making here is that not all of you, not both of you at one time, when you have kids, when you have some kind of drama that's happening, if you have one person that has their energy set, I was solid. I was like, okay, so what are the things that we have to do, right? I understand this happened. Are you hurt? Let me do some healing work on you. I helped him because his face was red and his jaw was upset. Frederic, took pictures to show that he had a red face. I mean, there's things and actions that we need to do. He set up, so that he was going to go there at 8:30 in the morning and talk to the counselor. But I was really solid that, okay, this situation happened. This is their drama. This is their contrast that they're having to deal with. This is their lessons, especially Maxim's, his life experience. And I'm going to do everything I can as a caring, loving parent. I hugged him, I consoled him, I healed him, his jaw, and then we looked for solutions. But sometimes you're going to have one parent that gets caught up in it. I mean, it was personal to him, and I had to keep saying, "Babe, it's okay, babe. We'll figure it out. There's a solution for this," right? And he was able to come out of it. It wasn't like it was days and weeks, but he had to process through his own stuff. Sometimes the roles are reversed. Well, I'll get up, I'll get hooked in, right? And he'll be really solid, and I get to look at him and go, and with his reassurance that you're kind of getting caught in the drama of that. And it's like, it's a nice reminder. So when you have this understanding in your couple that the kids are going to come with drama. They're noisy, they're loud, they've got things where they think that if something is happening, it's like forever. I mean, Alex hurt himself a week ago and playing soccer, and Frederic called me and said, I don't know what to do. I think he might have broke his wrist or his arm. We don't know what to do. And it was like, okay, I'm coming home. And I came home and he was bawling and crying and he was so upset because he thought that like his wrist was going to be broken for the rest of his life, and he was in pain. And it's like, as a little child, their brains haven't developed. Our brain development ends, the full development, around the age of 24. And that's the prefrontal cortex, which tells us that we can see into the future, that things are going to be okay. So when they're little kids and something happens to them, they get their heart broken, or a friend says they don't want to be friends with them anymore, or a bully picks on them, or they hurt themselves. We as parents have to stay in our adult space and be able to reassure the child. But one of the parents could get caught up that maybe that happened to you as a kid. And maybe you also got your heart broken, and now it's like it's bringing up that space in you. It's like it's up to us in our own development, whatever age your kids are, to be older than your kids are, right? So
to be more conscious about what's happening to you, because it's easy to say, oh my God, what's happening with your wrist? Why are you like that? Why didn't you be careful? And go on and be again involved in that drama. And not knowing how to respond in a mature adult way, and just knowing that this is your child, and it might be activating and pushing some buttons that you had, where you had situations earlier on in your childhood. And that's the difference between having being in a conscious couple versus unconscious couple. And by the way, that leads me to say, if you want to know more about functioning in a conscious kind of way with your couple, go to connectedcoupling.com, fill out the form that we have, and we'll be able to help out and give you some steps and what things to do in order to be in a more of a conscious, loving couple versus a non-conscious couple.
Yeah. So, in all those cases, like Alex with his wrist, I could see it in his eyes. As soon as I started to say, you're going to be fine, it's going to get better, you didn't break your wrist, you didn't break your arm, I know it hurts, breathe. Then he started to calm down. Then he stopped crying. And so it's us as the parents that need to be in that steadfast place, that need to be in that grounded place. If we're getting, oh my God, your arm and whatever, you're never gonna play soccer again. If we get into that, it's that like
drama.
Like the puppy, like Frederic was saying, oh my God, hi baby. He's gonna piddle all over the place, right? His energy is gonna match my energy and get excited. So when I calmly see him now and go, hello, he's more calmer, and when I'm calm, my kids can be calm. And it's just important to not get caught up in their drama.
And it is easier said than done. We all have our mishaps, but it's good to be aware of what's going on, so then you can be in the right place afterwards.
Yeah. And so the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick today is that Frederic and I, a couple years ago, put into place a family contract. We put in a contract when we got our kids the Xbox of, this is a privilege, and you're going to do so many different things to be able to earn points to play. You're not going to play during the week. You're going to play, only on the weekends, and you're going to have to earn through what you do, making your bed, brushing your teeth, getting yourself ready in the morning, through those things to be able to earn points to play. And then once we started getting with that practice, it really worked out well because they understood what the expectations are with us, with that game, what we expect of them, what they can expect of us, how they earn privileges. Everything was written out. We had them sign it. We signed that. And we then extended it. And we call it our family contract. And each boy, Alex has one, Max has one, they're very similar, but one of the things was, we would have Alex come downstairs and he was grumpy in the morning, he wouldn't say good morning to us. So the very first rule on there was, you say good morning to every member of the family with a smile. And so now he does that. He comes down and he might be sleepy and tired, but he's like, morning, Dad. Morning, Max. Good morning, Mom. It makes it so much more pleasant than, Or
than just not saying anything.
Right,
just
ignoring us.
His mood or his face, and he might not be in a bad mood, but his face, he's just waking up, and it's good to hear that he's saying good morning to us before. And
so when we also, another thing that's on both the boys' contracts is, when we ask you, when we request that you do something, you say, okay, yes, Dad, got you, with a smile. We don't want to hear, yeah, but, or, all these other rebuttals and things like that. When we're asking you to do something because we need your help, we want to hear, okay, Dad, okay, Mom, with a smile. So listen, listen and respond. There's other things we were having, it was an accident that I hit my brother, but the accidents kept happening every day. So there's no hitting, no biting, no punching, no any of these kind of things. And that's on the contract. And so what we do with this contract is we've gamified life for them. We have 5 different categories, levels, and they earn so many points. And they earn points for if they do the dishes, they'll unload the dishwasher, and they get points for that. Our kids at ages 7 and 8 were actually at a younger age. I taught them to do it at 2 and 3. But at 7 and 8, and now at 8 and 10, are consistently helping us unload the dishwasher. They also do the laundry now. So they start loads of laundry. They'll take the laundry from the rooms, they'll put it in, they'll sort it, and they get points for that. They get points for picking up Jax's poop, our puppy's poop. They get points for different things, and it's helping them get involved in the family, and it's helping them get along better. And that if they break any of those rules, and we all have signed it, if they break any of those rules, they lose all of their points, and they can only go to level 1 for the rest of the week. So it has them thinking and becoming more conscious about their what they're doing in the family, and
about how they're helping their parents out. And that's the important thing, is that they're helping around the house. They're actually creating less work for us. That's what we tell them, and in that way they're helping, and at the same time is their effort is being rewarded in some way.
And so we're teaching them that when you do something of value, you get something back of value. That's work. I mean, we're teaching them at a young age, but we're also teaching them the way that the universal laws work, law of attraction. What you give out, you get back. And so as they're helping, you get a reward. We're not going to reward them and just give them stuff for not doing something, or if they're acting rude to each other, or fighting and stuff like that. We're not rewarding that behavior. We're giving them a consequence for that. They might lose some points. So we've gamified life. That might be different allowance that they get, or game time that they get, or extra cuddle time, or different gifts or things that we get them, like maybe go, okay, you hit level 5 this week, let's go on Amazon and get you a gift or a toy or a Pokemon card or whatever it is. And they love it, and it's really working for our family, and it has taken the drama out of the family, because everything's in black and white. It's like, Alex, you just punched your brother. It was an accident. Really? You lost all your points.
Right. So it actually helps us kind of be centered, right? Stay centered and not be like, oh my God, why'd you punch him in the face? What happened? Because that can happen too. That has happened, right? Sometimes I'm wondering why is he hitting his brother like that? And so it's they're brothers. They'll fight. There'll be some wrestling around. That happens. But I mean, he's got to be aware that that punch that goes in the face, that has consequences basically right now for him. And so it helps them figure out that whatever they do, there's either a reward or there's a consequence for it. And then we don't need to, again, be in a state of big drama, and we just need to be clear of, okay, well, this is not part of or this is part of the contract, and in the contract there's all the points taken off, or there's so many points that we give you.
Yeah, it's great to reward them too. I mean, the boys came home with their report cards, and both of them had amazing report cards, and we were able to give them tons of points. So it's a way of saying, wow, I just noticed that you helped your brother with that, and I'm really impressed with that. Or Alex, when he helped with the kid that was bullying, Maxim, or hurt Maxim, we gave him points for that. So it's a really great way to say, you're doing a really great job. We appreciate how you're helping us. Here's some points. And it's a great way to not get the emotions involved. It creates structure for the family, and it helps with the drama, not just for them, but the reactions that we also have. And like Frederic was saying, instead of getting all upset, it's like, what the consequences are. What the rules are. There's a structure that they're clear on. They know what the expectations are. So if you want more information, go to connectedcoupling.com. Please leave us a comment. We want to know what questions can we answer for you? What situations are you mulling over in your head, maybe with kids, maybe in your couple? We're happy to answer it on these shows. So please come back and leave us a comment. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating. Next week, we are going to be talking about how to manage the day-to-day responsibilities, talking about laundry and dishes and garbage and all that kind of stuff. So be sure to come back.
See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Coupling with Frederic Gobeil and Christy Whitman. If you like our show and want to know more, check out ChristyWhitman.com. And please leave us a review on iTunes. Learn how to turn your partner into your soulmate. Join us again next week for another powerful episode.